Good morning and welcome to the last day in February. Yes, it's Wednesday the 29th of February, I can never say that word, February 2012. Is it leap year? Which means today, boys and girls, you can ask me to marry you. I'm waiting for the offers to flood in. Nothing's happened yet. But I remain hopeful for the rest of the day. There is always hope in your life. Although there doesn't seem to be any hope in the world of the motorist here in the UK, boys and girls. A little article that was in Tuesday's Daily Mail telling us something that we knew already, and that is British motorists are shouldering the heaviest tax burden in the whole of Europe at the pumps. It says that 60% of the price of unleaded petrol and 58% of the cost of the diesel is made up of duties and VAT here in the UK. We really are paying an awful amount of money. And on the occasions, I mean, I visited America, it must be over 10 years ago now when I was last in America, New York. Oh no, sorry, I beg your pardon. I was in Las Vegas in October last year, and you get talking to the Americans, and they moan about how their fuel has increased in price. Well, if I told you I am now paying for diesel £1.43 a litre, not a gallon, a litre. £1.43 a litre, which equivalents to, I don't know, £1.43, £2, $2.80 for a litre. Remember, that's a litre, not a gallon. Okay? I don't know how I'd work that out, actually. Let me see if I can work that out for litres to gallons. Let's have a look. 1 litre equals 0. I don't know. Perhaps I'll try gallons to litres. Is that easier? I'm not very good with the numbers, I'm afraid. Gallons to litres. 1 gallon is 4 litres. 4.5 litres. So, £2.80 times 4, whatever that is. $2.80. $2.80. Let me work that out here. Oh, just a second. $2.80. We are now paying about $11.20 per gallon of fuel here in the UK. Serious. $11.20 a gallon. I know you deal with gallons in the US, don't you? That's how much we're paying now. If you're in the UK, you'll know what that is. £1.43 a litre of I'm diesel, okay? Diesel. Petrol is about 8p a litre cheaper. And what can we do about it? There's absolutely nothing we can do. They tried blockading, if I remember rightly, they tried blockading some of the refineries, the lorries. It's got to be a few years ago now, about 8 or 9 years ago now. And it had no effect at all. Now and again, you get emails come through from various organisations who say they are trying to bring down the cost of fuel, and it says, OK, Monday and Tuesday this week we will boycott BP. No one should buy petrol or diesel or fuel from BP garages for 2 days. It doesn't make any bloody difference. There's nothing, well, I don't think there's anything we can do about it. It's just going up and up and up. I'm sure I read somewhere that we are now definitely here in the UK driving less. I mean, that trip to go and pick little Joe and little Mary up from the local school, which only took you 2 minutes in the car, you don't really need to make that, do you? And I think a lot of people are now starting to walk, which is good. Which is good for your body anyway. Walk rather than drive to these places. It's a hell of a lot of money now to drive here in the UK. It really is. I do not bring my car out for pleasure. Extremely rarely. The only time my car comes out the garage is to go to work, because I work in London, in and out, sort of middle of the night, so there's nothing I can do about that. Can't get a train, with loads of karaoke or disco equipment that I need to carry around. I have to drive. You know, I have no choice. One of the supermarkets here in the UK, Morrisons, are offering up to 15 pence a litre off your fuel bill at the moment. And the story, what was this in? I got this off Yahoo, actually. You need to spend £60, it's a lot of money, £60 or more on groceries in a Morrisons store between February the 23rd and March the 4th. Now, I say it's a lot of money. Of course, if you've got a family, then you know that you probably spend £60, a minimum of £60 in any of the supermarkets to get your bits and pieces. But that's not a bad deal, you know. Not a bad deal. 15 pence a litre off. That's the biggest deal that we've seen so far. Whether or not the others will follow suit, I don't know. You see, I've been mixed up before in these, you know, spend £60 in the supermarket and get this off or that off. Usually, in my case, it's Nectar points because Sainsbury's is my local supermarket. It's not my favourite supermarket, but it's the one nearest to me. And that's where I do most of my shopping. And in there, often they have, you know, get 200 Nectar points if you spend 60 quid. And like my best friend Ron told me, you know, when you actually work that out, it's like, you know, 20 pence or 30 pence or something like that. And it's ridiculous spending that sort of money to get the money off, you know. I mean, you can only stack up your cupboard so much. I'll look at, but when I see, if I see Sainsbury's doing an offer like 15p a litre off or something like that, I will then look in my cupboard and see, okay, what can I buy a lot of just to get that 15 pence off? Because that's a fair discount. That's a very fair discount. But I wonder, you know, are they, presumably they're still making money, are they? Even with the 15 pence a litre off. Are they? How does that work then? Of course, they're getting more money in the tills in the supermarket to buy their products, aren't they? But does that mean they still make money on selling the fuel? I suppose it does. Anyway, you've got to spend £60 or more at groceries, and then you get vouchers at the till valid until the 11th of March. So you've got to do it fairly quickly. It says there are a string of exceptions. The £60 must be spent in one transaction and excludes buying things at the petrol station itself or cafe, dry cleaning and pharmacy. You can't include cashback, tobacco, mobile phone top-ups and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I mean, but it's you know, it's a step in the right direction, isn't it? With Morrisons. The trouble is, it's all very well saying, oh, it's fantastic, you know, Morrisons 15 pence off, and it is good. But it doesn't go on forever, does it? You know, it's just that offer's only on for a few days, a couple of weeks at the most. And then when you're back to normal again. £1.43. I've seen, yesterday in one of the papers as well, one of the Shell garages, I think on the M6 motorway here in the UK, are now charging £1.50.9 per litre of diesel. How much longer can this go on? None of us are getting wage increases. Everything's going up. In particular, groceries, electricity and gas, and diesel. I think the fastest moving one of those has got to be petrol and diesel, isn't it? What could we do to get fuel prices down? I don't believe there's anything we can do. But perhaps you know different. Send us an email. Tell us what you think. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And the fuel in the USA or wherever you are in the world, has that gone up a lot? What are you paying for your fuel? What does a gallon or a litre of petrol or diesel cost where you are? Let me know. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, do you exercise? You do? Very good. Oh, you don't. You naughty boy. You must do exercising. I'm a great believer in doing something. You don't all have to go running around a field for 3 hours. Okay? Even so much, if you're one of those couch potatoes and you spend your life in front of the telly, something is better than nothing. If you was to just get up and instead of taking the car, walk 10 minutes down the road and 10 minutes back, it's better than sitting there doing nothing. Well, little article on the BBC news site on Tuesday. It says, a few relatively short bursts of intense exercise amounted to only a few minutes a week can deliver many of the health and fitness benefits of hours of conventional exercise, according to some new research. But how much you benefit will depend on your genes. Oh, it's the old genes. No, not the blue ones that you put on your legs, dear. It says, by doing, this bloke said, by doing just 3 minutes of high intensity training a week, 3 minutes a week, I could expect to see significant changes in a number of important health things. 3 minutes a week. When you think I swim, I'm not fully back to swimming yet. I actually went back swimming on Monday. Instead of doing my usual 80 lengths, I did 50, and I thought I'd done enough then, so I come out. Didn't go swimming Tuesday. I just want to ease myself back into it after that bout of influenza. Incidentally, today, I am feeling a lot better today. The head... I've kind of had a thick head for a few days after that flu business, but that's almost disappeared now, and I got out of bed a lot easier today. I am feeling a lot better now. We're almost running at 100%, running at about 85% now. But when I'm back to my full strength swimming, I will do 80 lengths a day, and I spend hour and a half, hour and 3/4, maybe 2 hours a day exercising by the time I've cycled there and back and done the swim and all that. You know, Monday to Friday, that's normal. According to this high intensity training, 3 minutes a week. It says, the first health thing I noticed is insulin sensitivity. Insulin removes sugar from the blood, it controls fat, and when it becomes ineffective, you become diabetic. And it goes on about that. It says, although 15% of people on this regime made huge strides, 20% showed no real improvement at all. So there we are. It says it's actually very simple. You get on an exercise bike, warm up by doing gentle cycling for a couple of minutes, then go flat out for 20 seconds. I mean, I've got a bike. I could do that, couldn't I? The thing is with those, you know, the bikes in gyms and things like that, it's just so bloody boring, isn't it? You know, I know in all the gyms, including the sport, well, I there is a gym I can use. I just don't use it. I only use the swimming pool in the Virgin Active place. But they've got those bikes there that you sit on. I think they do spinning classes or something like that. And you can sit on this bike and watch an array of televisions and listen to, you know, so much different music and what have you. But it's just so boring. God, it's boring. Do you go in a gym, do you? It is so boring sitting there on one of these bikes going round and it's not going anywhere, is it? You know, it's fixed to the floor. I mean, I go out on my bike to places, you know, either down to the shops, to the swimming pool, over the forest, and that's just nice, just going through the forest with all the beautiful trees and grass and the smells of outside in sort of a green area is so nice. And maybe I could try it on there. Go slowly for a couple of minutes and then flat out for 20 seconds, dear. It says then a couple of minutes to catch your breath, then another 20 seconds at full throttle, another couple of minutes of gentle cycling, then a final 20 seconds going hell for leather, and that's it. Doesn't seem an awful lot, does it? And I remember one of the boys, one of the swimming pool attendants, telling me when he was watching me going up and down doing my 80. He said, "How many lengths do you do?" 80. He said, why are you doing 80 lengths? I said, well, I want to lose a bit of weight. He said, a better way to do it, and I remember him telling me this a few months ago, is to go up and down slowly and then do 2 lengths as fast as you can. He said, because that kind of does something else to your body and makes you burn the calories more often. I have to say I did try it, but unsuccessfully. I'm afraid I gave up with that. I went back to my sort of gentle 80 lengths. But, you know, then again, something, as I said to you before, something is better than nothing. It's very, very important to do some sort of exercise. apparently this guy says when you do the high intensity training, you are not just using the leg muscles, but also the upper body, including arms and shoulders. So that 80% of the body's muscle cells are activated compared to 20 to 40% for walking or moderately intensely jogging or cycling. So it's interestingly. Anyway, so this bloke tried it. He says, I went off and did my 4 weeks of high intensity training, making a grand total of 12 minutes of intense exercise and 36 minutes of gentle pedalling. I then went back to the lab to be retested. My results were mixed. The insulin sensitivity had improved by a remarkable 24%. But my aerobic fitness had not improved at all. So there we are. I don't know what you think about that. High intensity exercising. Can you think, boys and girls, can you think of any other exercise where you kind of start gently and then go hell for leather, and then you'd be a bit gentle again, and then you'd go really fast? I think of one or two things. Can you? Do let me know of your thoughts. Chris, I'm sorry, I'm being very naughty now. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right. What else we got here? Oh, yes. My friend Ron is back from his holiday in Dubai. He came back Saturday and he bought me 2 gifts. First of all, a Starbucks mug from Dubai. Look at that. Completely different to the Starbucks mugs we have here, aren't they? Eh? Look at that. Nice Starbucks mug. Thank you, Ronnie. Made in China. Made in China at the bottom, as always. I hope he didn't steal this. I will be most upset if he bought a cup of tea and then stole the cup. We can't be having any of that going on. And this is a particular beautiful item that he bought me. Okay. This is a plate. It's very, very bright. It's yellow and red and purple and blue and green. It is the most beautiful plate. Obviously not for eating things on, but, you know, to hang on the wall. And I've got a few plates hung up actually in my kitchen. I have a wall with plates all around it. And I've got some brackets, but unfortunately the bracket's a little bit too small for this one and it kind of tips forward and I really wouldn't want to break that. Apparently this was made, it says handmade by Yields on the back there. It was made by a disabled child with one eye, you know, and it's just amazing what this child has done. That's what Ronnie told me. It's made by a little disabled person, so that's just fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, you want to find out who these people are sometimes who make this stuff, don't you? You know, and sort of thank them for doing it. You like to meet them. I remember, I don't know if I've got it in here. No, it's not in here. Mum, years and years ago, she's got like a stool. Well, she hasn't got a stool now because she's not here anymore. I've got the stool now. And, and it's like a wooden stool with plastic crisscrosses on the front. I'm not quite sure what that's called. And apparently that was made by someone blind. You know, so much talent out there, isn't it? Just because you've only got no eyes or perhaps only one arm or no legs or something like that, doesn't mean you haven't got talent. There's so much talent out there when you can go and see these different things that people make who have some form of disability. And then I think you appreciate the item even more, don't you? And I would like to meet these people sometimes who make this stuff. I really would. Perhaps sit there, do a video. Can you just excuse me? I got a phone call. Oh, this is Ronnie. It's Ronnie on the phone. Good morning. I did ring, yes, but it's okay now. I felt very bad because I'm just showing my millions of viewers and listeners the gifts that you bought me from Dubai. The plate, yeah. I've just told them who painted it, yes. And I was just saying, did you actually get to meet this person, or was it just like a shop? Oh, you met them? Oh, how fantastic. Did he have, because it's just the most wonderful colours, this thing. It really is. Right. Oh, right, okay. So oh, that's why I say apparently he picked yellow to match the kitchen. We like that. That's all. What it was I knew the plate, and I looked at the box like, oh, I thought to myself, what was that? And I thought, oh, this is so rude for me to have to ring you and ask you. But what was the other present you bought? And I couldn't remember that. I know. I've just showed them the Starbucks mug, dear. The Starbucks Dubai mug, made in China. Wonderful, dear. And I'm going to have to. No. £38,000? Do me a favour, will you, love? Oh, 38,000. I just wanted to know. You didn't steal that, did you? You didn't buy a cup of tea and then steal the mug. Thank God for that, dear. Because I can't be having stolen property in here, eh? Thank you very much, dears. I just felt a bit rude having to ask what you'd bought me, but then I remembered, so it didn't matter. Oh, what was the complaint? Ronnie's just made a complaint to someone. What's your complaint this time, dear? Oh. And then did you just walk out? Thank you. I must get on with my programme, dear. We're only 23 minutes into it. Oh, you can do that yourself. Just a moment. Patching you through. Yes, you can do that now.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Well,
Would you like to just tell us about the policeman that was in the... oh, no, about the other complaint, because Ronnie is someone also that likes to complain a lot, and he does get things through the post. Vouchers or 3 days out, that sort of thing, don't you?
I do, yeah. Free upgrades to upper class and on Virgin.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing I did mean to tell you, boys and girls. Very sadly, Ronnie did not get upgraded on the way home. What a shame. I did actually ring up Virgin Megabus, or whatever it was you went on. Virgin, what is it? Virgin Atlantic. I did actually ring them up while you were in Dubai and requested that you were downgraded from premium economy to economy. But it seems that didn't happen, did it, eh?
How dare you? I'm actually a roving reporter today. I'm in the car, dear.
You are a roving reporter, yes, you are.
I'm in the car. I'm in the car driving while I'm talking to you, dear.
Isn't that fantastic?
Isn't that fantastic?
I hope you're on hands-free. Is it working now?
Of course it is. I'll let you go, dear, because obviously you need to get on with your little show. So,
What do you mean, little show?
oh, little. It's little, isn't it? Little.
No, it's not little. It's very long.
Yeah, a bit too long sometimes. Anyway, must go, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have you gone? He's gone. There we are. How lovely to have a live call coming in from the radio car there, boys and girls. Now, where were we? We were talking about I forgot where I was now, never mind. Oh, we were talking about the exercising, yes. So I don't know what you think about that, all that intensive exercising. I mean, it don't sound bad, does it? 3 minutes a week exercise, is that all we have to do now? We're going to do the rest of the time. That can't be right, though, can it? How can that be right? You know, 3 minutes exercise cannot be a week, can't be better than 2 hours a day, surely, can it? Oh, I don't know. All right, let me see. Okay, email time, boys and girls. Hello to young Shaun. Hello, Shaun, who writes, a box of 6 cream eggs, £2. Because I bought that from Sainsbury's the other week, didn't I? Box of 6 cream eggs. They have all gone, I'm afraid to say. We get chicken eggs from Asda for £1.50. Why not get some of them? They're a lot cheaper. Oh, for God's sake, Shaun. You can't break open a raw egg and start eating that, can you? Oh, that must be... I know some people do, don't they? Don't bodybuilders... Don't bodybuilders eat raw eggs. How vile is that? Oh, God. Oh. On the subject of your newspaper not being delivered correctly, I think you should report the Bracknell Forest Standard to the council for littering. Oh, well, I reported it to the Bracknell Forest. Reported it to the paper themselves. I told them probably someone got sacked because of that. Chucking newspapers all over the road outside. This is not Australia, dear. You don't just chuck the paper onto the pavement outside. You put it in the letterbox. Not like in Australia. Have you seen them delivering papers there? They're on a bike and they just chuck them out. Shocking, dear. He says, £95 for a paper advert for a mobile disco. He says, that's expensive. Was that in the Bracknell Forest Standard? Maybe printing ink prices have gone up. Yes, it was. £95 to put that ad in the paper, and I got no work from that at all. So there we are. That didn't really work. Oh, by the way, I met the girl who I'm doing the 21st birthday party in a couple of weeks at a working man's club in Winkfield in a couple of weeks' time. I did meet her at the weekend and suggested to her that some of the music might be a little bit too heavy. I said, but I can play it if you want. I said, it's up to you, you're the boss, and so we'll see what happens there. I think some of the music is a little bit too heavy, you know, for a family occasion. And instantly, thank you to Ryan Appleby, my friend DJ Ryan Appleby, who's up to north in Kidderminster, who said he would assist me in locating any records that I need or any tracks that I needed that I might not have, but I have got them all now. Thank you very much. Shaun says, I don't understand that my parents get a lot of bills. However, no one called Bill lives here. They go straight through the shredder. Oh, you mustn't put bills through the shredder, dear. You must deal with them as they appear, otherwise you get into terrible trouble. You will. Apparently, we are on drought alert in the east of England. Well, stop drinking the bloody water then, dear. It's people like you, Shaun, that sit there putting a tap on in your mouth, drinking gallons of water. You are probably solely responsible for the water shortages in the east of England. He said, surely if we pay for our water, then we should be allowed to use it. Why didn't they sort something out before we got this drought alert? Ah, well, that's it, you see. That's the way of this world now, Shaun. What people want you to do is pay for something, but not use it. I mean, take, for example, and I know you don't drive yet, you're not old enough to drive yet, Shaun. Take a car, OK? When you buy a car, say from new, you get charged whatever it is, I don't know if it's a cheap car, £10,000, right? And then, when you take it in, to trade it in or to be sold again, they look at the clock and they say, right, well, let's see how much your car's worth, and they get this little book out. They get a little, you'll get this, Shaun, you seriously will get this. They get this book out and they look at the book and they go, OK, let's see how many miles you've done, and look at the car, and then they look at the book, and then they go, oh, well, you've done a lot of miles in that car. We can only give you £2,000 for that, I'm afraid. You know, they sell it, but they don't want you to actually use it. Aren't they bastards? They really are. They really are. Car dealers, estate agents, they're all in the same boat. Dodgy bastards, all of them. Shaun now says, I have enabled my spelling and grammar check on my computer. I have got a new computer. I kept on getting the blue screens of death. Oh, you got a new computer? Oh, actually, my main computer is also starting to play up now, to be honest. I think, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm trying to do a few little bits and pieces on there to see if I can improve it. But occasionally it crashes. When I say it completely freezes and you can't do a thing and you have to reset it. I don't know why it's doing that. And also sometimes the sound is when you're trying to watch a YouTube video or something like that, you know. He says, on the subject of your expensive pasties, rather than them 2 pasties for £6, I would have taken the trip to the local McDonald's. Well, you see, that's the joke of it. You know, you can get a McDonald's for cheaper than the price of those 2 pasties at the West Cornish Pasty Company or whatever the place was called. Too expensive, £3 for a pasty. It's too dear. He says, I notice you chuck your paper to one side once you've read the email. Do you recycle paper? Do you shred it, screw it up, or lay it in a bin or box? I recycle my paper. Okay, look at this here. This is all the paper that we've used today on the show. You will notice that there are lines through it now, and on the back it is blank, right? What I will do is put it back in the printer the other way round and print on the back as well. I do recycle the paper. And once that bit's been used as well, so I've used both sides, it then goes in a recycling bin and the people come and take it away. And that's it, they come and take it away every 2 weeks, my recycling paper. So yes, I do recycle. I believe in recycling as much as possible. I really do. Hello to Matt Taylor, little Matt Taylor, who drives trains for a living. I think he's still driving trains. Who says, Chris, he's talking about the pasties again. I complain just as much as you do, however minor, and walking out the shop is good. Absolutely. I'm not paying £3 for a pasty. Walk out the shop. American Cutie Pie says, I would not pay $9 for 2 meat and cheese pies. Well, it wasn't a meat and cheese. It was a cheese and onion and a vegetable. But all the pasties are the same price. It's not cheaper for one pasty. They're all £3. So there we are. I would pay $2.50 each tops. Yeah, which is about the same as what I'd pay. I would pay £2, up to £2 for a pasty. Absolutely. Stacey writes, disgusting. You can get 2 pasties or pies for a bloody pounding, Greggs. And the bakery near us. It is disgusting. You may remember the story I was telling you about. I think it was on Friday's show that I'd gone in to this Cornish, this pasty shop in Wokingham, the West Cornwall Pasty Company, something like that it was called, and the pasties were £3 each, and I walked out without buying one. Stephen Bacon says, try sushi instead. Oh no. Oh, God. Oh, no, thank you. We don't want any sushi. No, raw fish. How can the Japanese love it, don't they? How can people eat raw fish? Oh, it's disgusting. He said, not that it's less expensive, but it's much better for you. Won't burn the roof of your mouth off and is far more elegant. Sushi is the most. I don't know how. How on earth? The English people were convinced to start eating sushi. It is vile stuff. Michael wrote, glad you're well or getting well. Yeah, we're almost there now. Thank you, Michael, for your concern. Stay off the pasties anyway. He says, by the way, talking of prices, a single tube fare is now £4.30. Bus fare from West End to Angel is £2.30. It's London love, not pasties. That's dear as well, isn't it? To go on the tube and that now. Chris Plant writes on the subject of the pasties, Chris couldn't agree more, bloody rip-off, but they are rather nice. I'm not saying they weren't nice. They are lovely pasties. But £3 is too much to pay for a pasty. Andrew Malone writes, they only end up on your hips anyway. You speak for yourself. Nothing wrong with my hips, thank you very much. People like my hips. And we're going to leave it there. There are a few more emails come in about the pasties, which I'll read out on the next show, okay? Thanks so much for watching and listening, boys and girls. Don't forget, any comments, anything you want to say at all, it's always a great pleasure to get your emails. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I've got quite a few emails still here waiting to be read out, but they'll come up. You know they come up eventually. I'll see you on the next show. Bye-bye.